Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we're doing something different again. We're doing a tier list on every single Batman game, as you can see here. And yeah, we've got all the games that I've played personally. I know there's a bunch of games from way back in time. There's like Batman Beginnings and Batman Begins. There's a lot of early Batman games, but these are all the ones that I've played. And yeah, there's a lot of different games here, but we're gonna rank them on this tier list. We got our tiers here. We got God. These are the best games of Batman. We got amazing Batman games. Always be remembered. We got pretty good Batman games. We got meh, just kind of meh. And we got bad, which are pretty bad games. We got trash, the worst of the worst Batman games of all time. And yeah, we got all different kinds of games. We're going to start off here with Batman, the Telltale series. Now, I think this is the first season of Batman, the Telltale series. And I honestly think that hmm, this game's actually pretty good. Like, this game's pretty good. I wish they made this obviously the first season. They did make a second season after this, and I liked it. I liked how they did like the main villain of the series was someone that's not really been used in other games. I don't think we see Lady Arkham in any other game, so pretty good. Yeah, and I like you can make decisions. It's a Telltale game, and I think it was pretty well made. I think it is better. We'll get to the second one when we get to it. I don't know where it is on this tier list, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. And then we got Batman Arkham City, which is obviously God. It's the best. I think it's the best Arkham game, or best Batman game. What am I talking about? Best Batman game, best superhero game, and it's probably one of probably my favorite game of all time. Just absolute must class of a game. And I see you, Kai. I see you playing this. He was struggling a lot on this game, but I love this game. Everyone knows how good this game is. So yeah, it's God tier. Batman Arkham City, God. And then we got Batman Arkham Origins. This is going to get a little bit controversial. There are two groups of people when it comes to this game. Some people don't like it, and some people love it. They love it to death. I actually came pretty late to this game. I feel like most of the Arkham games, except for obviously Arkham Asylum, because I'm pretty sure that was ages ago. I played when it like came out, but Arkham Origins, I was so late. I played this like only a few years ago, and this came out in like 2013, and I never got to play the online. And yeah, I don't think it's too as good as people say. Like some people say it is. I think I'm either gonna put it in meh or pretty good. Is that? I think I'm gonna put it in pretty good because at the end of the day, it's still an Arkham game. It's still like amazing. It's still got all the great combat, but it had a lot of stuff from Arkham City and just like reused it, and I didn't really like that. And like half of the map was the Arkham City map, but worse. And the open world didn't have a lot of like stuff in it, and the voice actors for Batman and Joker weren't the ones from the Arkham series. But this game had like some of the best boss battles in the game. It had some really cool gadgets, and the villains had Death. This is the only game with Deathstroke, or an Arkham Knight. What am I talking about? Had Deathstroke as well. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. I was going to put it in meh, but just because it's an Arkham game, it's pretty good. And then we got Lego Batman 3. This is going to get controversial. I know people that like this game, but I'm going to put it in bad. I think after following one of my favorite games, Lego Batman 2, they released this, I was very disappointed. I literally got this game like as soon as it released. I can't actually remember the year it released, but I remember getting this game, and I played through the whole thing like first couple of days, and I was just like, all right, is that it? Like and I remember I got the 100%, got all the stuff on all the different planets, and yeah, I don't know. It's like it focuses too much on the Green Lantern Corps and Brainiac, and it has like the heroes and villains team up, and I don't know. I think it could have been really good, and I think there are some really good. It definitely has like an amazing roster of characters. There's no doubt about that. But I think just like the story and all the free roam and like everything about the game. Well, not everything about the game. I just said the roster's good. It's just like I think it's a bit lackluster. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna put it down there. But yeah, some games got to go down here. That's just the fact. We're not gonna have them all in God. And then we got Batman Arkham Knight, which is the last Arkham game. There are like after series after this, but Batman Arkham Knight is interesting. It definitely has the best gameplay of the Arkham series. Definitely has the best graphics. Has the most content. But on the other hand of it, the story was sort of ruined by the overexposure of the Batmobile. That's a common like criticism about this game. But I still think that it is incredible. So I'm gonna put it in amazing. I'm not gonna put it in God just because like it does have. It's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. But like of all the amazing stuff about it, and people still like play. People still haven't played this game, which is like mind blowing to me. And I remember this game came out in 2015, and it still looks. This game looks better than like, say for instance, bloody Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights. It looks better than those type of game. And speaking about Gotham Knight, so yeah, amazing game. Highly recommend. I recommend all these games. Maybe not the bottom tiers, obviously, but yeah. And then we got Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is also going to go in bad. I'm not going to put it in trash just because I think only one game's going to go in trash. The reason why I think it's bad is because the combat, for me, I found it so like infuriating. It was just like a thing of getting stuck in animation after animation. You just click a button and then you do an animation. Like that's just maybe it was, maybe I'm thinking of it like different, but I swear that's what it was. And the free one was okay. The Gotham City map was, okay. But and also the story, like the way I'm not going to spoil the end of any of these like the story of any of these games, but the story towards the end was very questionable. I don't know what they were doing there, and the DLC that they did to this game was horrible. It was literally just like, oh, you go to this tower and you defeat enemies. That's the DLC. Like you just do the combat and gameplay, no extra like story. So I think it's going to be bad. I think it was kind of a disappointment. But yeah, and obviously it was a game with the Gotham Knights, and I like to play Red Hood. He was the only like character which I enjoyed. All the other characters, especially like Robin, I hated Robin. But why am I talking about that for so long? Next up, we got Injustice, which is, is a Batman game. It has Batman. Oh, there's Batman in the front cover right there, and I'm gonna put Injustice at. Injustice, fighting game. I'm not putting it there. Yeah, the fighting game had all the characters. It was I'm not sure if this one. I think Injustice 2 was made by the people that made Mortal Kombat. Injustice 1 wasn't. I might be wrong on that. And I think this game had a memorable story, but I think I'm gonna put it at. Ooh, I'm gonna put Injustice 1 at. It's between pretty good and meh. I'm gonna put it, just because we don't have a meh, I'm gonna put it in meh. No, I'm gonna put it in pretty good. Just because I think the story is memorable, but the only thing about this game was the roster was kind of like limited and weird. I think the rosters for both the Injustices are kind of weird. They kind of just have random characters just because. Like I remember when I talk about Injustice 1, what weird characters. I remember like it had like Hawk Girl and Killer Frost. They just like appeared and they weren't in the second one. And like other characters I can't really remember. I had like Nightwing was kind of cool. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, pretty good. Lego Batman 2 is next up. This game is God. I've made a video about these top 2 God games just because I love the games and I think they're amazing. Lego Batman 2, incredible. Just if you want to see a full, I think it's like 8-9 minute explanation to why I think Gotham, Arkham City and Lego Batman 2, click the card in the top right to watch those videos. But yeah, they're God. Lego Batman 2 God game. First game with voice acting, open world incredible, story incredible, and I think the roster, considering it was limited, it chose all the right characters. Like, it had Superman and the Flash. It was cool. And yeah, I think it's God. I think there's going to be a Lego game as good as this ever. And next up, we got Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. This going in trash. Don't even need to think of. Well, here's the thing about Suicide Squad. I think the only redeeming quality, like only argument you can make for this game, is that the gameplay is sort of like, it's sort of fun. Like it's addicting and fun to play the gameplay. You kind of just like play it unconsciously and just do it. It's like, yeah, this is whatever. But the combat and gameplay is nowhere near as good as the Arkham games. So it was a downgrade, but it wasn't like unacceptable. Like, oh, this is absolute trash. But everything else about the game is absolute trash. The story, trash, and what they did after the game. Honestly, if they just left the game as like, if they just released the game and then just like, all right, bye, we're working on something else, I'd probably put it in bad. But what they did after the game, they just added like a bunch of. I didn't even play. I think the only piece of like game I played after was the Joker DLC. That was the only thing I played after it launched, and I was like, this is just bad. Like, it had Joker like talking about his insecurities. It has, I think Mr. Freeze was like a female, and obviously like the Poison Ivy was like a kid. Yeah, and a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. It's just I don't like the game, and I'm never gonna play it again. And what I like to do is I like to 100% complete like most of the Batman games, and this one, the achievements literally glitched on me. So also trash, just for that reason. Let's move on from that. And next up we got Lego DC League of Superpets. I was a bit like second guessing myself. Why should I add this to the list? But it has Batman as a dog. Look, you see him right there. And this game, it's just meh. It's just like, I'm pretty sure it's just, it's just like a few levels where you shoot things. It was just a game made to promote the movie, and the movie's probably meh as well. I think it's just a cash grab. But the game's just like meh. You fly around with the dogs and you shoot the bad guys. And yeah, I don't really remember anything other than that. So, meh game. And next up we got Lego Batman, the video game. This is the first Lego Batman game. I'm going to put it at, I know a lot of people would put this at God, because this game probably has the most nostalgia out of like all the games, even probably more than Arkham Asylum, just because it's so like nostalgic. I'm going to put it right there at amazing. I'm not going to put it in God, just because I think it like kind of lacks in. I think if this game had like voice acting, I think the game does lack in voice acting and like sort of engagement. I know the missions are fun, the characters are fun, their designs are pretty cool, but like it's kind of like empty. Like, I feel like it's missing something when I played it, but I still think it's iconic. Started the whole Lego Batman series, and yeah, I think it's amazing. So yeah, and complete that game 100% was a bit of a grind, but it wasn't as big of a grind as it was in Lego Batman 3. That was the biggest grind, and it was why am I talking about completions. Next up, we got Batman, the Telltale Season 2, I think this is. I'm going to put this in, I'm going to do some, I'm going to put this in meh. I'm honestly going to put this in meh, just because I think it's not as good as the first season, and you play so much of Bruce Wayne in the second season. I'm pretty sure in episode, like one of the episodes, I don't know which one it was, you play as Batman in the first fight scene, and then for the entire rest of the episode, you're just Bruce Wayne. Which is like, it's not like a bad thing. It's not like, oh, this is horrible, I want to be Batman. But like, it's Batman, the Telltale series. Like, you obviously want to be Batman for a good part of it, and when you play the entire thing as Bruce Wayne, trying to like, you play in like the criminals, and you play with like Harley Quinn and the Joker, and the end sequence with the Joker is kind of cool. I like how you can have like a different episode 5 depending on what you do with the Joker. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in meh. Don't think it's as good as season 1, but still a good experience, I'd say. And next up we got Injustice 2. I'm going to also put this in pretty good. I think it's, just a pretty good game. Once again, the roster was kind of weird. It had, like, Captain Cold and, what's some other things? It had, like, Cheetah and, like, the Gorilla Dude and Swamp Thing. It had just, like, random people. But I think the game was, like, it was good. The story was good, and the gameplay had a much bigger roster than just this one, I think. And the DLC for this game was sick, absolutely sick. They brought like the Ninja Turtles and Raiden and Starfire. Yeah, that had some really cool DLC. So yeah, I think it's pretty good, and yeah, pretty good. And next up we got Lego DC Supervillains, which I'd say is a Batman game. It's got Batman in it and a lot of his villains, and I'm pretty sure it has like that level where you play in the Batcave. So yeah, I'd say this is a Batman game. I don't know. Let me know if you agree or disagree on that. And I think this game, I played this recently and 100%ed it recently, and I think it is pretty good. Yeah, I think, should I put it in amazing? I feel like maybe one of these games should go to amazing, because like when I think about it, like I think all Batman games are. I love to play. I've played all the Batman games, and like these, well, not all of them. There are earlier ones we haven't played, and maybe one of these should go to amazing. Actually, we'll keep this in pretty good. I think this game has a crazy roster, has so many characters, like so many. It has like Darkseid and Reverse Flash, and trying to think of some other characters. I think it has like even more. What's the dude from? I forgot his name. He's like the DC Deadpool. I forgot his name though, and he's pretty cool in it. And they got so many characters, so many heroes and villains. And this one's actually a different, because you kind of play as like the villains and heroes sometimes, and you kind of like they verse each other, and it's kind of cool. And then I think the main, like they all fight together at the end. Maybe, I'm not sure, but yeah, pretty good. And the map is pretty cool as well. It's like a joint map between I'm trying to remember. It's like Gotham City, and it has like Metropolis in it. Also has like Arkham Asylum and a prison. Like it has like Townville at the top, and it also has like a alternate dimension where like Darkseid is. It's a pretty cool game. I can't lie. I can't believe I didn't play it earlier, but yeah, pretty good. And the last game, which is I think the first game, I don't know, it might have been Lego Batman first before this, is Batman Arkham Asylum. I'm going to put this not in trash, definitely not in trash. I'm going to put this in amazing with Lego Batman and Arkham Knight. This game started off a legendary series, and honestly, like, it came out of nowhere. For its time, like, it just came out, had an incredible gameplay, like, the combat. It was the first time we saw the Arkham combat. It was like, wow, this is cool. And it had the Predators for the first time, had all the villains, and it also was the first time we saw, actually, I think the animated series was first, we saw Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill as Joker, just a brilliant duo. And the atmosphere in this game is great. Every time you go into a building and then you hear the din 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 din, like that is so iconic to me. And yeah, I think it's amazing. And I saw Kai playing this game, and he seemed to really like it as well. I think he gave it like 8 out of 10, which is what I would say. I say it's like a 9. The only thing it's like what's holding it back from God is that the game's kind of short. It's like, I think it's like 6 or 7 hours for the story, and it doesn't really have a lot of content. But that's because it was the first game, and yeah. But I think it's amazing. So yeah, there is my tier list. Do I want to change anything around? I might move one of the Injustices down or up, because I don't really want to say they're both the exact same quality, because that'd be like kind of. I'll keep it at that. Let me know if you agree on this tier list. Let me know if there's anything you would change. What are your like top tier? What are your bottom tier? But yeah, this is my tier list for every Batman Arkham game. And if this is the first video you've seen by me and you haven't subscribed already, then consider subscribing, because we release a bunch of different gaming content. I believe like 2 to 3 videos a week. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more Arkham and Batman content. Like the video so I know that you guys are really enjoying this. But without further ado, that is going to do it. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.